Sean Diddy Combs convicted on federal charges. What the verdict means for the music mogul. New York. Music and business mogul Sean Diddy Combs was convicted Tuesday by a New York federal jury on 2 felony counts under the Mann Act for transporting women across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. The split verdict saw Combs acquitted on 3 more serious charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking. But the fallout from the trial may still reshape his legacy forever. Convicted, but not fully cleared, Combs, 55, now faces up to 20 years in prison, with each Mann Act charge carrying a potential 10-year sentence. Prosecutors have requested 51 to 63 months behind bars, while defense attorneys argue for a lighter penalty. Sentencing is scheduled for October 3, 2025. Judge Miriam Blakely denied Combs bail following the verdict, citing his proven history of violence and coercion. He will remain in federal custody until sentencing. Key allegations and evidence. The charges stemmed from explosive claims by former partners, including singer Cassie Ventura and a woman identified as Jane. Both testified that Combs coerced them into freak-off parties involving drugs, threats, and sex acts with male escorts. Prosecutors unveiled shocking video footage from a 2016 hotel encounter and introduced evidence collected from Combs' properties, including large quantities of sex-related paraphernalia and controlled substances. Witnesses like Don Richard and Kid Cudi also described a pattern of intimidation and fear surrounding the Bad Boy Records founder. Though Combs was cleared of the racketeering and sex trafficking charges, legal experts say the convictions still represent a major prosecutorial win. The jury found that Combs' actions were consistent with violating the Mann Act, a law dating back to 1910 that criminalizes transporting individuals across state lines for immoral purposes. Reactions across the industry. Reaction to the verdict was swift and intense. Cassie Ventura issued a public statement thanking survivors who stood up and spoke truth to power. Meanwhile, rapper 50 Cent took to social media, mocking Combs by comparing him to mob boss John Gotti and calling the outcome a split decision win for prosecutors. Legal analysts say the ruling could mark a turning point in how celebrity coercion cases are tried. This verdict shows that even without a conviction on the most serious charges, a powerful figure like Combs isn't immune to justice, said legal analyst Tasha Raymond. The business fallout. Since the beginning of the investigation, Combs has faced growing professional consequences. He stepped down from his role at Revolt TV. Howard University rescinded an honorary degree and cut all ties. Macy's pulled a Sean John fashion brand from stores. Partnerships, including with Hulu and Empower Global, were terminated. Despite the convictions, Combs' music catalog continues to stream and Bad Boy Records remains operational, although its long-term viability is now uncertain. What's next? In addition to the federal convictions, Combs still faces over 70 civil lawsuits related to alleged abuse, sexual misconduct, and workplace harassment. These cases are expected to unfold in the coming months, putting additional pressure on the Combs empire. Though cleared of the most damaging criminal charges, the detailed testimony and physical evidence presented in court have severely damaged Combs' public image. Industry insiders say a comeback would be virtually impossible under current circumstances. Conclusion. The trial may not have resulted in the harshest possible sentence, but it exposed a dark undercurrent behind the polished brand of Sean Diddy Combs. His legacy, once defined by musical innovation and business success, is now forever shadowed by scandal. As the countdown to sentencing begins, the world watches to see what the final chapter will hold for one of hip-hop's most iconic and controversial figures.